What about mixed numbers? 1 1/6 plus 2 1/3. Actually, personally, I prefer to turn all of these into improper fractions first. You can do it without. You can go 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 1/6 plus 1/3, do that separately and make it 3 and whatever you get. But sometimes if whatever you get from that is itself a mixed number, or sometimes you might be subtracting and you get a negative number, and it can get a bit tricky. So my suggestion is convert these to improper fractions before you start. That's to say, right, the first one is something over 6, and the second one is something over 3. Well, this is 1 whole, which is 6/6, plus 1 making 7. This is 2 wholes, which is 2 times 3, 6/3, plus 1 making 7. Okay, now we're back to where we were a moment ago. I need a number that both 6 and 3 go into. Pick the biggest. Does 6 work? Yes, it does. So we're going to have 6. This one is 7. This is 3 times by 2 makes 6. So 7 times by 2 makes 14. Which means my result then is 21 over 6. And I'm happy with that as an improper fraction. But given my question had mixed numbers, perhaps I should write the answer as a mixed number. How many times does 6 go into 21? It goes in 3 times, making 18, leaving 3 left over. I'm still not quite finished, am I? Because I could write either of these as a simpler fraction. It's actually 3 1/2, isn't it? 3/6 is a half. Which means I could actually have simplified this one if I wanted to. It would have been divide both by 3, 7 over 2. And if you want to double check, you can make sure those are equal, which they are. Okay. So now I have 2 1/3 plus 7/12 minus 1 1/4. Again, given the complexities involved, my recommendation is you convert everything to an improper fraction first. So, let's go. Something thirds plus something 12ths minus something quarters. Well, this one isn't going to change, is it? 2 1/3. 2 wholes, 2 times 3, 6/3, plus 1 making 7/3. 1 1/4, well that's 1 whole, which is 4 quarters, plus another 1 making 5 quarters. Okay, I need a number that 3, 12 and 4 will go into. The biggest number, 12. Yes, 12 works. Again, in this case, this one isn't going to change because it's already in 12s. 3 times 4 makes 12, so 7 times 4. I might write it in since it's getting a bit complex. 4 times 3 makes 12, so here I'm going to have 5 times 3. 3 times 4, 7 times 4. 4 times 3, 5 times 3. Okay, let's write those numbers out. 28 twelfths plus 7 twelfths minus 15 twelfths. Yes, 2 of these are improper, but I knew that. I started with mixed numbers. Okay, my answer is going to be some number of twelfths. 28 plus 7, which is 35, minus 15 is 20. Let me double check that. 28 plus 7 is 35. Take away 15, 35, take 15 is 20. Well, let me do the opposite order this time. Let me simplify first. Because 2 goes into both of these. In fact, 4 goes into both of them. Well, this divided by 4 is 5, and this divided by 4 is 3. Which is improper. This is a fine answer, but if you prefer, you could have written 1 2/3, which is equivalent.